Hey you guys, so my window regulator on my Jeep Cherokee went out on passenger side. So I'm going to show you guys a step-by-step how to replace it with a new one. So first you're going to have to take off a screw right here. You have, I believe, if I'm correct, you have 3 right here. I'll see if all 3 need to come off or not to take this off. You're also supposed to have one right here, which I have on the other side, but this one, as you can see, my little plastic right here is broken. So we're not going to have to worry about that one. So I'll be showing you guys right now exactly which ones you need to take off.
It's always a good idea to have a little box or a little magnet tray or something to put these in so you guys don't lose your screws.
Alright, so after you guys take off those screws, you have little clips that hold this stuff on. So you could use something like these to pry them off. So you can hear them popping. Usually you have a couple on most vehicles on the side and usually a few on the bottom too. Alright, so actually you guys just lift this up and then you guys are going to have the connections in the back, so you don't have to take this off besides that screw that's screwed into the frame. So it looks like you guys are going to have one clip that you have to disconnect that's plugged in behind this. And then besides that, you guys have 2 other clips behind these. You actually have 2 plugs. So one's for the top one, one's for the bottom. You have 2 right here. And then for these 2 to come off, it's kind of a pain in the butt. You got to get like a flat screwdriver or maybe some pliers. And this is going to be locked in place with these like this. So both of these got to be pushed outward this way. Do one at a time. After you unlatch it, you wiggle this straight, and then this little metal piece pushes down, this one pushes up, and then you detach it from there. So the next step is you just feed these 2 metal lines through here. You pull this forward, and then I believe you have 5 10s that you got to take off. Alright you guys, so you have one more number 10 right here. So when you take off the 5 bolts on there, it's actually 2 on the inside. And you have 2 10s that are right here and right here that hold up part of the glass. So to take these off, the one that you could reach from this side is easy. The one from this side takes a lot longer than the other one. If your window was rolled down a little bit more than ours being all the way up, it might be a little bit easier to reach. After you take that off, then it's basically not being held on by that clamp anymore. So this should be able to kind of be twisted either this way and shaken this way or this way to kind of wiggle its way out. It's probably a good idea to tape this up, or if you have a friend, to have them hold the glass up for you and then wait till you move this out of place to kind of let it go down. That way you don't risk breaking it or trying to pull this out and the glass fall off. So far trying to twist it both ways, it seems like the easiest way is most likely going to be to pull this up. Once you pull this up from this corner, you could get the motor out. Should help to get this out easier since everything else is kind of out of the way. And then to put the new one in, my buddy's holding the glass right now. To put the new one in, I'm going to try it the same way I took it out. So I'm going to tuck this in first, put this in. After that, push it back, tuck all this in while I stand it up. So the new motor has 3 little caps on it. And this one already has the screws, or the new screws to put on for the top and the 2 that go on the bottom when you're putting this back in place. So when you put this in place, I had to tilt it over right now to pull it forward because when this metal piece, well, the metal and plastic was behind the glass, it wouldn't reach for this screw right here in the front. So since I pulled it to the side right now and put it forward, now this will reach to tighten it. Now we're gonna have to put the 2 screws that go right here in the back to hold the glass in place. And we also have to plug in the power for the motor. Besides that, to roll up the window, it's not gonna roll up if you turn your ignition or your key on ACC if these are not plugged in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna turn the car on ACC, turn the ignition, plug this in just to roll up the window. Or we could try lowering the window to see if we could get them right here. Let's try lowering it first. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, it's easier to reach the screws, a lot easier. Actually lowering the window down, so we didn't roll it up. I made this one on the left a lot easier to reach. Alright, so everything's tight. We had 3 here, 2 here, 1 here, and 2 behind that hold the glass in place. So we're gonna test it out before we completely put it back together. So to test this out before we put it back together, gotta plug both of these in and turn the ACC power back on. Alright guys, so always test your work before you bother putting everything back together. There's no point to put it all back together if something's disconnected or something else is the issue. So always test your guys' work first so you guys can see it does work now. It goes up and down fine. So to put this back together, you're gonna do it the opposite, just like how you guys took it apart. So you have 2 tabs. One metal tab goes towards the bottom, pushes into that yellow fitting. Once you put in that yellow fitting, you push that yellow fitting this way to lock it in place. Same thing with the black tab that's gonna go on this on this metal piece. Besides that, when you put this back on, you start from the top so that it could sit into that little slot right here. But push it down, push all the clips back in place. And then besides that, you're gonna have your 3 screws right here that you gotta put back and 1 screw right here once you have it all pushed in. If your guys is not broken right here, then you're also gonna have a screw right there. Hopefully this video helps you guys on how to install a window regulator on these Jeep Cherokees.